You're listening to the True North Success Podcast. Real stories of personal, professional, and financial wins from Alberta's best. With your hosts, Gary Ma and Amy Kim.
So, hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Today, my special guest is Charlie Holschuh. Charlie is the owner and a teaching chef behind the Bav and the Tav at the Bavarian Inn in Bragg Creek, Alberta. So trained in Germany, he blends European culinary tradition with mountain dining and leading a reimagined local institution while overseeing the property and brand and future direction of the business. It's a real pleasure to have Charlie on the show today. Welcome, Charlie.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Nice seeing you.
Awesome. So I gave a brief overview of your success. So can you fill in the detail of what you do?
Well, I am running a restaurant. I'm the teaching chef. I am setting the menu, I'm writing the recipes, and I'm teaching my chefs the way I would like to have it.
Awesome. So I'm always interested in learning about your story, the story behind. So could you share how you first got started in this field? Or was there initial drew you to it? And were there any defining moments that helped to shape the path you're on today?
Well, of course. I mean, as you probably all can hear through my accent, I'm coming from Germany. To be more exact, I'm from Munich, Bavaria. And I've been basically motivated by my grandmother, who used to be a chef in Munich. And so as a young, man, I went through the apprenticeship program in Germany, and then traveled Europe. I worked in many different European countries like Portugal, Spain, Italy. I also was on a cruise ship for a little while before I came back to Germany, and then I had to join the military for a little while. That was mandatory at that time. And then later, after military, I opened up my first restaurant in Germany, in Bavaria. It was very successful. I was at that time the young upcoming chef. And then actually I went to, later on in 88, I went to Canada, to Calgary, looking at the Olympics, and in 88, and then somehow fell in love with the area. And I already knew the family who owned the Bavarian Inn restaurant at that time. And when I came back home to Germany, this Bavarian Inn restaurant and this Calgary area did not get out of my head. And I have decided to leave Germany and immigrate to Canada, which I did in basically January 91.
Wow.
And actually January 90, and then I opened up the Bavarian Inn, reopened the Bavarian Inn in January 1991. So that's more accurate.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's almost 40 years, a little bit less than 40 years ago.
Yeah. Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. So, as an owner and a teaching chef trained in Germany, what differentiates your approach to creating a dining experience at the Bav and the Tav?
Well, the Bav and the Tav, basically the name stands for Bavarian and the Tav stands for tavern, right? Because we have two rooms. And our menu is Alpine and Rocky Mountain cuisine, which is very similar. So we do serve actually the same food here in outside Calgary in Bragg Creek, similar to the food I used to sell in Bavaria, close to Munich. Yeah, so I did bring all my recipes and my menu ideas and introduced it. And because the menu items are very unique. They are not copied, or you will not find those menu items on in other restaurant menus. And I make sure of that. I will be copied a lot, and if I see I will be copied, then I change my menu. I always want to make sure that whatever I'm selling is unique. And we are using Canadian products like our veal for the Wiener Schnitzel. And then we also have, of course, the Alberta raised lamb. We have Alberta beef. We have the Alberta elk and bison meat. So, of course, we also have fish, if possible, lake fish from Alberta, and of course, ocean fish we, of course, get from British Columbia.
Wow.
Do we have vegetarian dishes on the menu? We actually do. We have vegetarian dishes. And one specialty we do at the Bavarian Inn, and myself together with my head chef, Johnny, who's half the age of me. And every week we are creating a brand new feature menu. And there will always be a new vegetarian dish. There will be a new seafood dish. And there will be some kind of a meat dish that's not on the menu to be found. And that also makes us very successful. And then we are trying to pair it with either local beers or Canadian wines.
Wow. It seems like it's very inclusive. So it has a lot of different variety of the material, like not only just one kind, like from the meat and fish and on the vegan menus, there are many. And also it's combination of different cultures that where you come from and then where you're now serving the services. So I would love to actually personally try. Is it your restaurant? You said in a Calgary and Edmonton as well, or in
No,
Canada?
our restaurant is in Bragg Creek. It's like 25 minutes south and west of Calgary. So Bragg Creek is a very loved recreation area for people in Calgary. It's very short. People are coming out to Bragg Creek for mountain biking, cross-country skiing, hiking, and so on.
Oh, I
And
see.
yeah,
Yeah, sorry about
so
that. I just new to Canada. Even though I was been here more than now 17 years, but I don't get to travel a lot inside of Edmonton, so Calgary. So actually, yeah, I'm learning. Thank you. Yeah,
you're
awesome.
welcome.
All right. So, like, what is the one of the biggest challenges would you say in your career? Is that developing a new recipe, or like the managing the business or managing people? Like, what would you say what is the biggest the challenges you had to overcome?
Um, there are always many challenges. I actually like challenges. It's like a competition for me. We also always make sure that our restaurant, I mean, you just mentioned it's like almost 40 years. Our restaurant does not look like 40 years. We always make sure that our restaurant, the design, the interior design, as well as the exterior design, is basically going with the times. We are up to date. And that's what we like. That's also a reason we changed the name from the Bavarian Inn Restaurant, which is now called the Bav Tav. Why? Because we are trying to attract a younger customer base. And it's way cooler for your age to say, let's go to the Bav or let's go to the Tav, then go to the Bavarian Inn, which sounds very official and restricted and maybe stuffy. I don't know. So that's one challenge we always try to overcome. Other challenges, of course, there's always challenges with staff because we are not in Calgary, we are outside Calgary. So we have to find people who are willing for the travel, to drive. And
Yeah.
therefore, we also have to make sure that the people are getting compensated very well. So it's worthwhile for them to come out to Bragg Creek to work.
Yeah, I hear you. So what I'm hearing from you is that The one of the biggest challenges that with all the long years of history and then tradition, but also at the same time not just content with staying with that history and tradition, but also always looking for the new way of introducing new food to the also like inclusive with the new generations and a little bit of a remote location. So make sure that I deliver the value so people have getting a value worthwhile to driving all the way there. Am I getting close or is there something am I missing?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, you are. I mean, we want to make sure that you, as a customer, you're coming to my restaurant, and yes, I do charge you some money, but we also offer to you like the highest quality of product, and we
Absolutely.
want to make sure that you feel very comfortable, that the service is, up top notch, and the entire environment pleases your expectation.
Yeah, I love to drive all the way. It sounds like I would be very interested in visiting your restaurant too when I go there in the Calgary. So it sounds like there are a lot of challenges. So what are there key like experiences or mindset shifts that help you navigate challenges and then take ownership and evolve, both your craft and your business?
Um, I don't see any big difficulties to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm in this business for many years, um, and we also trained our staff really well. Like I told you at the beginning, at our introduction, that I'm actually not at the moment in my restaurant. I'm traveling, and we have a young lady manager with the name of Nadia, who's basically taking care of the business while I'm not there. And she's doing a wonderful job. And the head chef, his name is Johnny. He actually is a Canadian, a young man from Canada, from Calgary. And I taught him my cuisine. And here's something I would like to mention about cuisine. And that's actually the beauty about it. It doesn't matter which culture in cuisine you are representing. We chefs, it doesn't matter if we are from China, Japan, Korea, Germany, Austria, name it, we all learn the basics. We all do the same basics. So if a chef coming from any other country coming into my kitchen and he knows the basics, it's easy for me to teach him my style. That's simple.
yeah. So it sounds like you know oh um you have really good team there because because as a business owner myself, you don't want to become a bottleneck when you are on a vacation or you're doing something focusing on something else. Your business doesn't You don't want your business stop because you have to do all the things. So it sounds like you have really good team. And also I like that you mentioned earlier that challenge, it doesn't feel like a challenge to you because you actually love challenge. You love, sounds like love solving problems.
Yeah. Yes, I do. Yes.
So is it something like you grew up with, or you seen your parents maybe,
Yes.
doing some business maybe? So like it's naturally, you feel like a natural, they're like, yeah, this is a part of life. This is a part of business, solving problem.
Exactly. I mean, I grew up in the business world myself. Actually, my parents were in the restaurant business themselves, and I did learn a lot of things. I always said I will not do the same way you did it. I want to make it different, and so I remember my parents were totally stuck in their business. They could actually not do anything else. Where I somehow managed to run the business successful, but also had a private life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's amazing because what we learn become our kind of a fundamental, like a foundation to start with. So when we grow up, our looking at our parents doing as a business all the time, so like yeah, this is what we do. So that's awesome. And what exciting plans or initiatives do you have coming up over the next 6 to 12 months?
Well, I would like to keep doing what I am doing right now, run the restaurant successfully. So also, as a mentioning on the site, I am the founder and organizer of an event called Taste of Bragg Creek, which I'm heading and chairing. And this is coming up the end of April, to Friday, April 24th. And it's a great event. All the other restaurants are excited for this event. They're all in. They're all in. It's very successful. And so I'm very connected to, let's call it, all my competitors, which I
Mm-hmm.
do not really see as competitors. I see them more as compliments. Yeah, so we have in Bragg Creek, I mean, the German restaurant, we have an Italian restaurant, and we have, of course, two pubs and bake shops and so on. And we all complement each other. It's a very good situation we are in, and I think we are selling ourselves really well to the public, mainly people coming from the Calgary area. They like to come out. They know there is more than one restaurant, and I like to see that all the restaurants and bake shops are very, very successful, and that's good. We do not want anybody not being successful because that's not a really good picture on the rest of us.
Yeah, 100%. Um, and I think the more there's a restaurants, the more things to do. I think the easier for people drive all the way there and then, enjoy multiple events like that. Could you tell us when is the event happening?
The event is um, the end of April, Friday, the 24th. And it
24th.
starts at 5 o'clock. We have a website like tasteofbraggcreek.ca, and you can pre-purchase the sample tickets. We are selling the sample tickets for $2 a piece, and then the individual restaurants, they're charging from 1 up to 4 tickets for their samples. It depends on the amount and the quality and quantity of their samples. So that's how it works. We normally go through approximately 1,000 people in that afternoon. And then the event is also used as a fundraiser because the net profit we make, we are going to donate to a charitable foundation. Like this year, we have a youth musical theater in Bragg Creek. It's called Swamp Donkey. And I know it's a funny name. You know what a swamp donkey is, right? It's a moose.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that's the donation we do this year, and we are probably entering about $10,000 we can reach. So that's how it works. Like from the $2 ticket you purchase, excuse me, we give $1 to the merchant so they can cover the cost of the ingredients, and then $1 goes to Taste of Bragg Creek, and then we are covering our costs, marketing, advertising, and the net profit we donate.
Wow. Sounds like such a fun project, but at the same time has a good cause as well, supporting the community. So I love
Yeah,
it.
it supports the community, and it brings all the restaurants and the other businesses. It doesn't matter if it's a store of clothing, jewelry, arts, crafts. It brings them all together, and all the businesses like to stay open that day later, so people
Hmm.
can come in while they're wandering around town, right?
Right, right. So did you say it's happening on a 24th of April?
Of April, yeah.
Awesome. And is a one-day event or a couple days
Yeah,
event?
yeah, it is a one-day event like this with the ticket sale. But then for starting the next day, April 25, which is a Saturday, until Sunday, May the 3rd, we are doing what's called a Taste in the Creek, where the restaurants, they have a 3-course lunch menu, which we are going to sell for $35. And we
Wow.
all do the same. I mean, not the same menu item, but the same price. So
Awesome.
that's the extension of the event. And this is the first time we are doing this, and we hope it will be very successful.
Wow. Yeah, I had a late breakfast, so now you make me hungry. So I wanted to definitely try the menu. So, okay, so let's talk about a little bit about your financial success. So it sounds like things are going well for you and your business, and congratulations. So,
Thank you.
many, professionals and then business owners, they're earning strong incomes right now, but it often requires a significant investment of time and energy. And especially these days with the, all-time high inflation, the common goal is to maintain the same level of income or like a lifestyle while working maybe perhaps less later on. So as a result, many people are exploring ways to generate income outside of their primary work, something like such as like investing in stocks, cryptocurrency, or precious metal or real estate. What are your thoughts about income outside of work?
Well, this is something it's up to the individual entrepreneur, let's call it this way. I am a true restaurateur. Of course, I'm a businessman. My wife and I, we own the real estate, like we own the land and the building as well, which we purchased over years. Like first we were leasing the building and the land, like most of the restaurant people, but which we did, but we put money aside, and then we invested the money into purchasing the land and the building. So that gives us, of course, the advantage that we have this headache basically out of the way. It is ours.
Yeah.
And even so, we are actually running 2 businesses. We are running, like, one business is the landlord, and the other business is the restaurant. So the restaurant is paying rent to the landlord. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like my wife is the landlord and I'm the restaurateur, so I pay lease to my wife.
Awesome. I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, this is running a true business. Many restaurateurs in other parts or in Calgary, I mean, I do know, they have good concepts. They start out very successful, and then things can go sideways. And it's very easy, very often for the owners to basically just walk away because they don't own the land or the building, which, we don't have this problem.
Right.
So I only invested in my very, very own business.
Yeah, I think that's smart that there's combined between the real estate investment and also same time, growing the restaurant business. I think that's smart. Like a lot of people think that a McDonald's is a franchise business, but actually they get a lot of revenue from real estate as well. So yeah, that totally makes sense to me. As a wrap it up, what advice would you share with the aspiring chef or restaurants looking to build something meaningful in today's industry?
One advice I could give is, number one, are you really sure you want to open up a restaurant? It sounds very often very cool to own a restaurant. When you open up a restaurant, are you sure that you have to spend many hours the first few years to be successful? Are you sure you can sit down and calculate constantly and develop menus that are unique to your personality that makes it successful? So there are many questions the individual restaurateur has to ask themselves before even open the door. I've just met a man, actually here in Mexico, and he wanted to open up a restaurant together with a partner. And I was listening for a while. I said to him, "Are you sure this partner is a good idea?" He said, "I have the feeling no." I said, "A partnership in a restaurant is not always the best idea. You cannot basically represent your very, very own ideas because then you have to share with somebody else. And maybe this other person maybe doesn't like to work as hard as you do." So he got out of it, and he's very happy about it. And the other person went on, and actually I was kind of, being, should I say, curious. He seems to do okay at the moment. So.
Wow, yeah. That's amazing insights that really appreciate you that insights because often people see from the outside the only good parts, right? And when the business is successful, the people only see the outside and then looks shiny and amazing, but they often oversee that all the hard work or the struggles or the challenges that we had to go through to make that reach to that point. So
Yes.
I really value your insight.
Yes.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. So, Charlie, thank you so much for your time today and sharing some of your great insights and inspiring stories with us. So it was a great pleasure to have you on the show today, Charlie.
Likewise.
Yeah, thank you. So if people would like to connect with you, how they can get a hold of you?
Well, my email address, or
Would you
through
want
the
to spell
restaurant.
it out?
Yeah, my email address, charlie.holschuh@gmail.com. I don't know if I want to give out a phone number. This might be...
Probably you don't want to, yes.
No, I think email would be one way. Social media would be another one. I can be approached because somebody approaches me on LinkedIn or Facebook. We can continue communicating via messengers, or if it's very interesting, we can maybe exchange phone numbers or set up a meeting. Yeah.
Awesome. So you have the LinkedIn, you have Instagram and Facebook with your name, or
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a true pleasure to have you and bring all your perspective you brought to the conversation. Thank you so much, Charlie.
You're very welcome.
Want to share your success story? Apply to be a guest at truenorthsuccessshow.com/guest. We'd love to hear from you.